Thank you for joining us back. We are going across to Union Law Minister and Minister for Information Technology, Ravi Shankar Prasad, who's going to join us on day 5 of the winter session when there's been absolutely no business conducted in both houses of Parliament. Mr. Ravi Shankar Prasad, welcome to NewsHour. The question many are asking is, if it is the Prime Minister that the opposition wants to hear, why is the government desisting from actually getting the Prime Minister to answer the questions? Because it was, after all, the Prime Minister who addressed the nation on the 8th of November on the issue of demonetisation of the 500 and 1,000 rupee notes. So why not bring him to answer the questions raised by the opposition on the floor of the House in Parliament?
Well, my reply is simple, Navika. Thanks a lot and welcome to you also on your new show. The Parliament started on the 16th of November. On that day, we agreed for a debate. Whole day, Anand Sharma spoke aggressively. Mr. Ghulam Nabi Azad spoke. Sitaram Yechuri spoke. Ram Gopal Yadav spoke. Mayawati ji spoke and many others. What happened on 17th? Suddenly, that a new chorus started, let Prime Minister come first, because their logic was not finding resonance. They knew that they are on slippery ground. And again I am asking this question, why you are not going with the debate? Arun Jaitley, the leader of the House, is the Finance Minister, he will reply. The PM will take a call. But I am asking a question, PM made the announcement. PM made the announcement of Digital India also. Therefore you want him to reply, or Ravi Shankar Prasad, the IT Minister, will reply. The larger issue is, are they serious in the fight against black money, unaccounted cash, making India a transparent country, or their commitment is only phony? That's the basic point. Why running away from a debate when the government is daily saying, come on, debate, criticize us, give suggestions, we'll take note of it. Come on. Therefore, they want the Prime Minister to come on sitting for a whole day and leaving all other works. Number one, when the PM will come, they will say, unless you agree for a JPC, we will not participate in the debate. Therefore, the lack of seriousness in the debate by itself is seriously questionable about their commitment in the fight against black money.
Mr. Ravi Shankar Prasad, do you think the opposition is changing goalposts? On one day, they say and raise the issue of how the Prime Minister should be in the House and how he should participate in the debate. On day 2, they've said there should be obituary references made to the 70 people who have died since the demonetisation drive was announced on 8th of November. On the 3rd day, they say, why does he speak in Lok Sabha? Why not in Rajya Sabha? Do you think the opposition is changing goalposts, and that's the reason why the government is unwilling to fall into the trap of the opposition? What are your conditions for making the House run? What should the opposition do that the government will then maybe bring in the Prime Minister to reply to the entire debate?
First of all, changing the goalpost or not is self-evident. Navika, Parliament is meant for debate. They can debate, they can discuss, they can blast us by their strong criticism. They can criticize, they can condemn, they can give suggestions. The entire country will watch them on the channels, including on Times Now. What is dissuading them from participating in a debate? Point number 1. And point number 2, what happens in between 16th and 17th? On 16th, they participate in the debate for the full day. On 17th, the half day, and there are post-lunch, no debate, bring the Prime Minister. My charge is, their arguments are not finding resonance. And there is overall appreciation for Narendra Modi ji for the historic effort he has taken, a great courageous step for the first time. 10 years, Congress party was in power. Even a baby step was taken. Navika, you may recall, a transaction tax was imposed by Mr. Chidambaram on cash transaction, and that was also withdrawn in half. That is their record. Not even a single meaningful step taken to contain black money. We have taken a series of them. SIT reconstituted, Benami Act came, we renegotiated the entire treaty with Mauritius, with Cyprus, even Switzerland is on board. Then the bankruptcy code came into being, the GST came into being, the offer of one-time deposit 65,000 crore came, and Navika, Times Now viewers need to recall, in the interview on Times Now, the PM said, I will take further tough measures. The PM never kept anyone in the dark.
But Mr. Prasad, you'll also agree.
Very sincere and earnest.
Mr. Prasad, you'll also agree that there have been some implementation issues. The fact is that, you know, in the initial, time when this demonetization drive was announced, there were problems that people faced on a day-to-day basis. There were queues. There was no currency available. There were implementation issues. So the opposition does have a right to raise those implementation issues on the floor of the House. Why deny them that opportunity?
They're fairly right. Did they raise those issues on the first day or not? Did we take remedial measures or not? In case of marriage, in case of seeds for the farmer, in case of other issues? And as far as queue is concerned, the moment we said from 4,000, 2,000 and the ink was started to be applied, the queue went down. Now things are improving, and the PM, Navika, don't forget one thing, publicly stated that you will have some difficulty. Obviously, and an element of surprise and secrecy is inherent in a courageous and bold stand like this. But now things are settling down very well. Now you see, just to give you one example, I heard today that in the Amul factory, when the farmers were being paid in cash, everything has gone digital. Many payments are being made digital. Other forms are coming. We will have and by the way, Navika, two things I would like to share. If you pay digitally, the workers will be paid minimum wages, because all the payment will be done by digital system, which is recorded. Why my great leftist friends are not even supporting that? That will bring in transparency. The second point, the liberals so-called raised a whole lot of issue about tolerance and intolerance. Where are they? They are keeping quiet, supporting cash flow of money. Therefore, they were hypocritical at all. They have to criticize Narendra Modi for everything, and even failed to appreciate the bolder, courageous measures he has taken. Okay. I can tell you the PM has publicly
Mr.
said,
Prasad,
give me time till December 30th. And everywhere people are supporting, it is a good measure. Yes.
Well,
yes.
Mr. Prasad, you know, while one doesn't contest the overall intent of this demonetization moves, and like you said, you know, it's going to ensure digitized payments are going to ensure that there is going to be minimum wages paid, and largely the people do understand that. Can you really, though, play down the extent of the hardship that is being faced by people? I just want to ask you two quick questions on that. Firstly, you know, when 86% of the currency that was actually in use has been, is no longer legal tender, then the extent of the hardship that is being faced by people is a very real one. Do you feel now, since the 8th of November, it's been a few days, do you feel that there could have been perhaps better implementation? And secondly, because you're also law minister, the Supreme Court in its oral observations recently, while speaking about some of the cases filed against demonetization, said that people have become frantic, people are affected, and there may be riots. How do you react to that kind of a statement?
First of all, I need not observe on the oral observation of Supreme Court. Whatever the order will assist the Supreme Court, taking into account their observations are tell. But by the way, don't forget, about half a dozen cases have been dismissed by many high courts of India. Okay?
Yes, they have. Yeah.
Yes, you are right. There have been hardship. When such a transformational change has taken place, but we are bringing in cash. We are reinforcing the payment system. Most of the ATMs have now started working. As I told you, in case of hardship for payment, in case of illness, for petrol pump, for farmers, for marriage, all this has been done or not. But we are very, very clear about one thing, that uncalled for alibi to have an opportunity to convert old cash with new will not be allowed. And I know for sure, we have heard so many 25 crore Jan Dhan accounts are there, but some people are trying to give 3 lakhs, 4 lakh money into those poor men's account, seeking certain consideration, and the government has been very firm that Benami law has come about. Those who do so will also be prosecuted for 7 years. Now these provisions are there. You are seeking to change India. 70 years canvas and ecosystem is now being transformed as a transparent, honest ecosystem for the development of India. And why don't you see the positive part of it? 5,11,000 crores have been deposited. Lakhs and lakhs of crores more will come. The banks will be flooded with cash. They will be able to lend on a smaller interest rate to farmers to have your house and other things. The whole economy will become resilient. And the future of India, as an IT Minister of India, let me tell you one example how you transform. We linked up the Jan Dhan account with mobile phone and Aadhaar, and all the payments of subsidy from gas to kerosene to ration were started to be paid. We have saved 36,000 crores only in few schemes. That is the potential. So you must understand, once the entire economy becomes fair, cashless, what a great long-term achievement will have on the economy of India.
Mr. Ravi Shankar Prasad, nobody is denying that this is a game-changing financial reform measure that has been taken by your government, by Prime Minister Narendra Modi. That fact is granted by your worst critics. The question is, the Prime Minister has spoken emotionally on several occasions since this announcement has come in. He's talked about the hardships that the poor have had to suffer. But the point that Rahul Gandhi made today in Parliament was that the Prime Minister has spoken at various places. He's also addressed a concert. Why then not address the Parliament? Is this becoming an ego issue, Mr. Ravi Shankar Prasad, between the government treasury benches and the opposition benches?
We have no ego issues. But since you have referred to Mr. Rahul Gandhi, let me ask a question to Rahul Gandhi through your channel and you, Navika. Mr. Rahul Gandhi, why don't you first speak in the Parliament? Why don't you explain all your points? Mr. Rahul Gandhi, why don't you, as the de jure leader of your party or de facto leader, openly say, are you together with the government in the fight against black money or not? The country would like to hear from Mr. Rahul Gandhi. Say it publicly. Don't be ambiguous. Don't be ambivalent, Mr. Rahul Gandhi. Say so publicly on the floor of the Parliament that yes, this measure is right. We wish to support it. Please take care of the hardships. These are my suggestions. But that Mr. Rahul Gandhi is not doing. I'm sorry to say that. And this is in sync with the 10 years record of indifference, of callous indifference, and therefore we are tempted to raise the issues of the spate of corruption scandals which took place in his regime. And Navika, let me again repeat, if Mr. Rahul Gandhi will speak, surely we will get the opportunity to reply to him, and the reply will be tough, the reply will be embarrassing, the reply will be uncomfortable. Therefore, Congress party is running away from a debate. That's my point. And as you rightly said, trying to change the goalpost. First call the PM. If the PM is there, first agree for a JPC. Then you unless you agree for a JPC, then no debate. Therefore, running away from a debate. And my charge against Congress party particularly is, you have ruled the country for more than 50 years. Would you show some statesmanship or not? Or everything is only and only politically motivated? That's the larger issue. It is a game-changing initiative which my Prime Minister, I am very proud of Narendra Modi ji, has brought. The entire world is appreciating. The people are appreciating. Yes, go ahead.
Mr. Ravi Shankar Prasad, are you surprised by the fact that there are divisions within the opposition ranks as well? Yes. On the one hand, there is Nitish Kumar, Chief Minister of Bihar, who appreciates the entire demonetization move. On the other hand, you have Sharat Yadav, who goes and hobnobs with the Congress to oppose the entire issue. You have Mamta Banerjee leading a march. The Congress doesn't go with her. The National Conference and the Shiv Sena, which is your ally, marches with Mamta. Is that an embarrassment for the government? And are you also surprised by the divisions in the opposition ranks?
Navika, as a senior minister of this government, today I did not want to score a political brownie point. But since you have mentioned, let me put on record my appreciation of the stand of Nitish Kumar. let me appreciate the stand of Mr. Naveen Patnaik. Yes, they are appreciating a very tough, courageous call the Prime Minister has taken. What their party is doing, what their colleagues are doing, is none of my concern. You specifically mentioned about Shiv Sena. Our views have been conveyed to them. They said we are not opposed to this decision per se. We only wanted improvement of the inconvenience. Point well taken. But what agonizes me is the role of the left. The CPM, the CPI talking about probity and propriety and honesty and workers' right, and today are conspicuously silent. Should we presume that the secular group and the corrupt group are having equations together? That's the larger issue. And Navika, what further agonizes me, because of this decision in 10 days' time, the backbone of terrorists has been broken as far as terror funding is concerned. ISI's role has become completely crippled in giving fake money into India's terrorist operations. The Maoist financial backbone have been broken. All these things you don't see. The product of just 10 days.
No, we see, Mr. Ravi Shankar Prasad, I'd also like to point out that sitting on this one measure alone may not be enough, because today itself, terrorists have been found with the new 2,000 rupee notes in their pockets. So they're getting their hands on this currency as well, and that's something that we'll need to guard against. But my last and final question to you, Mr. Ravi Shankar Prasad, is how soon do you see this logjam breaking in Parliament? Because it's at the end of the day the government that needs to see business through. You have the GST bill that needs to go through if it has to be implemented from April 1, 2017. You have other legislations that you need to pass. How soon do you think we'll see a break in the logjam in Parliament?
My reply is very simple, Navika. Yes, as government, it is our primary responsibility to ensure that Parliament runs. But the opposition's responsibility is no less. When we are saying we are ready for a debate, come say your point. Come criticize us, condemn us, say your views. Let the people of the country decide. But just ho-ho every day, we will not. We only use our lung power. That is plainly not acceptable. There is no ego issues. There is no arrogance. We are willing to walk the extra mile. On 16th itself, we said, forget question hour. Let's start the debate just now. And the debate started. Anand Sharma spoke, shown live on your channel. Why missing the big platform of television and others where the whole country can see what you are saying? We'll again urge them. We'll request them. Please show statesmanship. Please show foresight. The country is passionate for a change. My friends of the opposition, be a part of that.
Thank you very much for joining us, Mr. Ravi Shankar Prasad, on day 5 when Parliament has seen absolute paralysis in the business that has been conducted. We do hope and look forward to some business being conducted in the remaining part of the week. Thank you very much for joining us on the News Hour Direct.